Alright, let me hit you with a wild idea. What if your empty soda bottle could one day become your headache medicine? Sounds like science fiction, but thanks to some genius researchers, that future might be closer than you think. Here's the scoop. Scientists have figured out a way to turn plastic trash, specifically PET plastic, the kind used in water bottles and food packaging, into paracetamols. That's the main ingredient in Tylenol and Panadol, the stuff you reach for when your head is pounding after staying up too late binge-watching YouTube videos. Let's break it down. Right now, about 75% of all our common medicines, including paracetamol, start out as, wait for it, fossil fuels. Yep, that little white pill for your fever is actually born from benzene, an oil industry chemical, in a process that coughs up a ton of greenhouse gases. Not exactly the cleanest way to cure a headache, right? But these researchers, led by Professor Stephen Wallace at the University of Edinburgh, had a better plan. They used genetically engineered microbes, picture bacteria with a science degree, to munch on PET plastic. The process starts by breaking down PET into a component called terephthalic acid. Then, inside the bacteria, a chemical reaction called the Lawson rearrangement gets catalyzed naturally by phosphate. This turns the terephthalic acid into something called para-aminobenzoic acid, or PABA. Stay with me here, because this is where it gets really cool. The scientists didn't stop there. They added genes from soil bacteria and even mushrooms, so the engineered microbes could keep going and convert the PABA into paracetamol. The result? Over 92% of the plastic they started with gets turned into actual usable paracetamol. That's not just a recycling win. It's basically magic. Or, really, really good science. Now, before you start hoarding your old water bottles and planning your own homegrown Tylenol operation, hold up. We're not quite there yet. As Professor Wallace says, it'll be a while before you can turn your plastic cup into a hangover cure in your kitchen. But what this research shows is huge. We can treat plastic waste as a resource, not just a problem. Instead of clogging up landfills and choking oceans, it could actually help us make useful stuff, with a much, much lower carbon footprint. So next time you toss a bottle in the recycling bin, remember, you might just be holding the future of medicine. Trash to Tylenol, it has a nice ring to it, right? Science, it's literally turning our problems into solutions. If you thought plastic waste was just junk, think again. Thanks for geeking out with me. See you in the future.